in-state matchups mean to you?
Uh, I mean, they mean a lot. I grew up in this state, and I coach at a school that's Iowa State, and I think for women's basketball, they've been really huge. I think they probably mean a lot more to people inside the state than outside. I don't think people outside our state understand what it's about. And historically, in my time here, there's been 4 programs in 3 different leagues that have had a great deal of success. And, it seems like the games come in waves, and so it kind of comes quickly. So it's a very important part of it, and, being a state champion is a big deal. So it does mean a lot to us.
What can, this game do in terms of just setting the stage for the rest of the non-conference schedule? Because from, I guess, my non-expert analysis of the schedule, it looks like it really, jumps up a notch from here on out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it definitely does. And we knew that going in, and I, talked a lot about scheduling is such a odd deal, how it flows. But, yeah, and now we get into it, and, first road game and all the stuff that goes into the preparation. And, we talk, and you guys have heard me talk about all the time. We're a very big next 40-minute team, and you just have to be ready for what's next, and what's next is a in-state game on the road, and obviously by far the hardest game we've had up to this point. So, and it goes quickly. I mean, we have a lot of tough games and one conference game before Christmas, and that's all going to happen in the next month. So everyone's worked really hard to get to today, but we all talk about playing important games in March and February. Well, those games don't happen unless you finish November and December. So that's something that, we need to make sure our players understand.
Who's on the top of the Drake scouting report? Is it Alsma?
Yeah. They've only played 3 games, but Alsma and Knutson, have scored a lot of points. They take a lot of shots. They're very efficient offensive players, and in their system where they really run the ball up the court, and transition threes are important, and they've scored at a high level. Both of them played well against us last year, and so I think that's you have to you always have to start somewhere, and even though it's only 3 games into the season, it's pretty evident that those are the 2 that you have to start with. And usually what happens in these kind of games, there's always someone that isn't real high on the scouting report that makes a shot or does something, and
John Neal.
Yeah, it goes back to the John Neal thing, but that's what's so cool about these games is those moments happen for someone usually, and you just hope it happens on your side.
You said, I think your secret scrimmage, well, quote unquote secret scrimmage was
Illinois State.
At Illinois State.
It was at Augustana, and
Gotcha.
we met him in the middle. So
Gotcha.
it was it was a bus trip, and it was a road game. So it's not like we haven't done this before, and we're going to Des Moines.
Yeah.
They probably went shopping this weekend in Des Moines. So it's
They had lunch there today.
yeah, probably with the PF Chang's or something. But no, it's different, and obviously it's probably the biggest crowd of the year they're going to have, and we're used to that. Whether you go to UNI or Drake, what's going to happen, the situation you're in, and that's part of it too. Is I think when you're a player, a person, I don't care what you do in your life, the idea that knowing what's coming helps you prepare for that, and our kids have to understand that. 2 years ago we lost down there. Last year we lost at UNI. So it's not foreign to them at all, and they get it. They understand what this is about. It's just you just have to live through it, and hopefully we had yesterday off. Well, hopefully we'll have 2 good days of practice and go play.
How much are those games lessons, or do you even bring them up? In the last 2?
Yeah, sometimes historically we've brought them up probably a lot more. It's discussed a little bit, but most of them will look at you and like, well, Jade will be like, I didn't play in that game, and their team's different, our team's different. What you're trying to do is give them a historical perspective of this is what could happen if you don't play well. And the other, if you think about the games that you played in your life where it's like, hey, this is one of the most important games I've ever going to play in. How hard did you play? How hard did you prepare? That's what we're going to run into on Thursday. And so it's not the specifics of that game, but it's just generally the environment that you're walking into. And our kids have been through it, and hopefully it's a lesson that we've learned, and we'll learn from it even better next time.
I know it's the last thing you're about, but the historic nights keep happening. Would you be surprised if Emily Ryan at some point would be sitting on the bench and watch Jada break her single game assist record?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. This is a team that does have a lot of really high quality players that can do special things, and they already have. And I don't think it'll be the last time that something like that happens. Obviously when someone gets a triple double and it hasn't happened in 11 years, that was stunning to me. So I don't know that that's going to happen, but I do think that we have some kids that can do some things, make some threes, or break an assist record, or whatever it is. There's no question that the ability level is there. Then it's just, do the basketball, does everything align on a given night? And that'll be fun to see, but it wouldn't surprise me.